a vision if you don't know where you started? If you don't have a foundation to start from? If you don't have a starting point? So what do you believe in now? Like what kind of things do you entertain now in your life? What do you like to do?
I don't know, man. I pray to God.
Okay.
And I also pray to Orisha.
To the what? What's that?
It's an African spirituality called thought.
You know, it's a contradiction in itself. To pray to God and then to pray to all of those other things is confusion. And that's idolatry. That the gods of the nations are idols. So, Krishna, Vishnu, Ra, Muhammad and Allah, all of those things are garbage, to say it plain. They're all idols. Why? Because they were made with man's hands. But God, the Most High God of the Israelites, He made the heavens.
2,000 years after the departure of Jesus the Christ, the prophets are back to teach the real Jews, the 12 tribes of Israel, their true nationality. This is their campaign.
So, the reason that we say these things is because it's very important for us to know our nationality. Because the Bible says, give me Proverbs 29 verse 18. The Bible says, where there is no vision, the people perish. How can you have a vision if you don't know where you started? If you don't have a foundation to start from? If you don't have a starting point? How can you have a vision to go forward? You understand? So understanding your nationality is a pivotal moment when it comes to reading the Bible. Read what you got.
Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish.
You understand that, bro? What's your nationality?
Cherokee Indian.
Cherokee Indian? That's what your father's nationality?
Yeah, and my mom's.
And your okay, all crazy. So, according to the Bible, you, my brother, would be from the tribe of Gad. You see right there? The so-called Native Americans. So you're an Israelite from the tribe of Gad. You, my brother, are an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. So do y'all believe in the Bible? Do your parents study the Bible, or did they teach you anything?
Yeah, my ancestors did the Bible, yeah.
Your ancestors did the Bible? Okay. Do you still read the Bible now? No, not really. So what do you believe in now? Like what kind of things do you entertain now in your life? What do you like to do?
I don't know, man. I pray to God.
Okay.
Yeah. And I also play to the Orishas.
To the what?
Orishas.
What's that?
It's an African spirituality called thought.
To the Orishas.
Yeah.
So.
Santería.
No, Ifa.
La santería. Espiritismo.
So, you know, it's a contradiction in itself. To pray to God and then to pray to all of those other things is confusion. And that's idolatry. So you can understand. Did you ever hear that before? Did anyone ever tell you that those things are idols? Did anyone ever tell you, like, for example, the so-called Eye of Ra?
Yeah.
That's an Egyptian ideology. But that has nothing to do with the Most High God.
That's right.
When God led the Israelites, all these tribes that you see here, like the things that you see on the right, American Black or West Indian, so on and so forth, those are names that were put on us in slavery. But God calls us Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, etc. That's what God calls us.
Right.
So now when he led those 12 tribes out of Egypt, he wanted us to separate from them. So there is no correlation between God and the eye of Ra. There's no correlation between Ra and God. No. Ra is an eye. Let me get Psalms 96 verse 5. Psalms 96 verse 5. So the first thing that we have to understand, like we just read, where there is no vision, the people perish. If we don't know where we've started, meaning plainly, if you don't have a solid foundation on the words of God, you won't know what direction to go in. You won't be able to establish a clear vision because you don't know who you are. Read what you got.
Psalms chapter 96, verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens.
So the Bible says, so you can understand as well, that the gods of the nations are idols. So Krishna, Vishnu, Ra, Muhammad and Allah, all of those things are garbage, to say it plain. They're all idols. Why? Because they were made with man's hands. But God, the Most High God of the Israelites, He made the heavens. So now, to say that you pray to God and that you pray to Orishas, that's confusion.
I have a question.
Of course.
What do you think we are?
Israelites.
Israelites.
Yes. I say that we're Israelites based on the things that happened to us in history and what the Bible prophesied, so you can understand. Real quick, I want to answer that question with the Bible. Let me get Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. That's a very good question. I think that we're Israelites, or better yet, I should say, I know that we're Israelites based on what happened to us as a people and what the Bible prophesied. Deuteronomy 28, 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Right?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee, and I will take thee.
So, first and foremost, this is Moses speaking to the Israelites when we had just left the wilderness. When we just left out of Egypt. We were in the wilderness, just to give you the backstory or the history. So now he's speaking to the Israelites and he says, listen, it shall come to pass, meaning it's going to happen, that if you don't listen to the words of God, to all that I've commanded you, to the statutes, to the judgments, etc., that you will be cursed as a people. So that's what happened to us today. So now, for example, right? The Bible says, let me get verse, what does it say, 46? 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So now, the they is talking about the curses that were mentioned in verse 15, or that's mentioned throughout the chapter, from 15 down to 68. So now, for example, right, let me get verse 30. Deuteronomy 28, verse 30.
Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
So how old are you?
14.
So you're a young man. Do you know anything? What do you know about slavery? I know a lot of people think that was a long time ago concerning some of these pictures that you see right here.
Slavery is still a thing.
Okay.
But they do it where it's a lot. It's a lot, you know.
And my brother, you're not talking to somebody who's ignorant. I'm here to have a detailed conversation with you. Speak your mind, bro. Speak your mind.
Not on the camera, man.
The camera's facing me. Oh shit. The camera's facing me, bro. So it's okay. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. How do they oppress us today? How do they oppress us today? Is that what you were getting ready to say?
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of us being in a type of slavery today? All of this?
Yeah.
How so? Elaborate a little bit. You're saying all of this. So everything that you see in the city today is a form of us being oppressed. I agree with you, but I just want to understand how you came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
While you're thinking, I'm going to read the Bible.
Verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city,
Right.
and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So to answer your question, yes, we are oppressed in the city. Yes, we are cursed in our cities. Why? Because think about it on a basic level. When you look at the different stores, you see our people living above those stores in the buildings, right? But now when you look at the owners, you see Arabs in this store, you see East Indians in this store, you see white people walking up and down, Europeans or Caucasians walking up and down. If you go maybe, what we got, 145th Street, if you go 100 blocks the opposite direction, you see Europeans running the whole show, and our people are nowhere to be found. But then when you get up here, everything's crammed together, you don't have anything that's dirty. So that's why the Bible says, cursed shalt thou be in the city. Do you believe, my brother? I saw you stop, that's why I had to get you. Do you believe that blacks and Latinos are cursed in their community? And if so, can you give me a quick example? You don't think we cursed, bro?
I would say,
What do you got to say? Are blacks and Latinos cursed?
in a way, yeah.
Yes, because they know the power that they have. I got a picture
Did you get a flyer? Take a flyer from that brother right there. Take a flyer from that brother right there.
Well, we all got to use each other to get out to get better. You know,
We're all gonna use each other to get out to get better. That's what he. Okay, but the Bible says that we're cursed. Why? Because we have no economic power in our hands. We don't know who we are. So when we're living in these communities, think about it. We're jammed up on top of each other like sardines in a can. So this is where a lot of the violence comes out. On top of us not knowing our nationality, you stuff 200, 300 people into a small building with a broken elevator, no hot water, no electricity. Think about those things. It's systematic. So God says we'll be cursed in the city. He also said that we'd be cursed in the field, on the slave fields. Who was picking the cotton? Who's picking the coffee bean and the sugar cane? Who was doing those things? It was our people that was doing that.
Right.
But now today, fast forward 100, 200 years, things are a little bit different. You understand? Things are a little bit different in terms of the oppression. Why? Because now you have to pay taxes. Baruch chapter 3, verse 8. These are examples of us being cursed today. These are examples of us not having any power today. Baruch chapter 3, verse 8.
Luke chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment.
So the Bible says that we are yet this day in our captivity as a reproach, to be subject to payments. God has scattered us to all four corners of the earth to live among all different nations. And we're subject to payments, meaning what? We pay taxes to these various nations. We don't have any power in our hands. Would you agree, my sister? When you pay taxes, are you paying those taxes to your brother, or are you paying them to a nation that looks nothing like you? To a nation that rules over you? Because believe it or not, our taxes pay the police officers' salary. Yet, we're shot down by the police. Yet, the police don't patrol our communities to protect us. So, we're subject to payments, wherein we benefit nothing. That is a curse that has happened to the Israelites.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
to scream black power while Harlem was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.